kia ora, whakalofa lahi atu, and welcome back to this week's Instagram Live. This week's question is, my friends and family keep complimenting me and I don't like it. Not because I don't like compliments, but because of the type of compliments they give. For example, they say, oh my gosh, I wish I had the confidence to wear that. Oh, how can I tell them that although they think it's a compliment, it's not? I love this. I actually love this question. And I totally know like the types of compliments that you get. And I'm already like, yep, I know the ones. I know what they say. They say things like, you're so brave for wearing that. I wish I had your confidence to wear something like that. You're not fat, you're beautiful. Oh my gosh, you've lost weight. You're amazing. So speaking about weight loss as well. You're not fat, you're just big boned. I've written notes here, y'all, because I'm like, yes, I know this one. I wish I had your attitude, or I wish I had your confidence. And, from an outsider looking in, they think it's a compliment, right? It kind of does sound like a compliment, but when you really think about that, there's layers of, stereotypes towards people with bigger bodies. There's the fat phobia inside of it, the internalized fat phobia, and all the things. So I thought I would kind of explain why maybe these compliments aren't, or they are backhanded compliments, and then what I would kind of say. So things like, you're so brave for wearing that suggests that your body, the body that you have, doesn't deserve to wear clothes like that. I get that a lot when I wear my certain clothes. Y'all know I'm out there. I wear short things. I wear bright colors. I wear, just things that people are always like, oh, you're so brave to wear that. I wear a bikini. It suggests that my body doesn't deserve to wear these certain clothes. And straight up with that one, when people say certain things like that, I just say, like, I know you mean well. I know you think that's a compliment, but that's actually not a compliment, because what it does is it suggests that my body isn't worthy of wearing these certain clothes. And then usually they're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So if you can go straight up and just say, like, I know you mean well, but that's actually a backhanded compliment, and here's why. I think that's the best way to go. Sometimes people don't, they can't do that, or for some reason they don't want to do that. So we can talk about other ways as well. But I wish I had your confidence to wear something like that. This makes it sound like the person's choice is like an act of bravery. Like, oh, you're so brave for wearing that. It's like, yo, like, I'm just wearing clothes like you are wearing clothes, right? Like, you're brave. Like, imagine we went to someone in a thinner body, they're just wearing a normal outfit. We're like, oh, you're so brave. Like, you're so brave for wearing that. Like, that would be weird, right? So same. It's weird for you to go up to, a person who is bigger and say, you're so brave to wear that, sis. It's like, no, like, shut it down. Like, please stop doing that, y'all. You're not fat, you're beautiful. That just implies that fat people aren't beautiful. So that's a standard. Like, please stop saying that. Fat people are beautiful as well. And I think that also goes into the fat phobia, internalized fat phobia, stereotypes, and things like that. Commenting on somebody's weight, or you look amazing, you've lost weight, you look amazing, that already, like, it puts value on people being in a smaller body, right? So, it makes people think that in order to be beautiful, in order to be worthy, we have to be smaller. And y'all already know what that does to somebody, right? It makes them always want to try and be smaller to be beautiful, to be worthy. But if in some cases they may put on weight for whatever reason, then they go through that struggle of dieting, of punishing themselves in the gym, all that kind of stuff, all the unhealthy stuff when it comes to body image and things like that. So it's really, really, like, that's really damaging and very harmful, because it also like diminishes the person, how they previously used to look, right? Has them questioning everything like that. One that my client actually shared with me was, I love seeing big people still dress stylish and make an effort in the way they look. So this is what she had, someone actually said that to her. And, you know, it's a backhanded compliment because it makes it seem that and it goes back to stereotypes as well, right? There's the stereotype that big people don't care what they look like. Big people don't try and put an effort into their appearance and things like that. So something like that, although it may seem like a compliment, it's actually not, because it reinforces that stereotype that big people don't look after themselves. You know, big people don't care about their appearance and things like that. They don't take care of themselves. So there's honestly like a list of so many things that I've kind of heard. But in terms of what you can do, I would straight up just be like, I know you mean well, that's actually not a compliment, or that's a backhanded compliment because of XYZ. Please don't comment on my weight, or please don't make that comment again. And usually I redirect the conversation. So I'll then go talk to someone else. If it's at like a gathering or something, I would I'd leave that situation and go talk to somebody else. And that way you've kind of set the boundary, like, please don't comment on my weight, please don't comment on my size, and you've also let them know that that's not okay, so that's something they can go and figure out and learn about and things like that. Another one I love, and it depends if you do want to or if you have room to explain to someone, is just questioning what they've just said, or asking them to clarify. What do you mean by that? You know, what do you mean by I could never pull that off? Like, oh, what do you mean? Like, and then that has them getting to explain why they've said whatever they've said. And they may even say, oh, you know, just because, you know, you're a bigger body, you're in a bigger body, you know, normally people your size don't wear those kinds of things. And you know, I don't have the confidence in myself. And then, you know, then you can then go on and be like, hey, like that, I know you meant that as a nice compliment. It's not a compliment. That's something you're dealing with. It's kind of like they're projecting, right? So it depends if you want to have that conversation. But I just even say, like, you're reinforcing the stereotypes against big people. There's fat phobia in there and things like that as well. So asking for clarification is always amazing, because it not only, like, it actually gets them to think about what they've just said. You know, oh, what do you mean by that? And then they think, like, what did I mean by that? Oh, actually, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe that was a backhanded compliment. So yeah, I think even being so straight up, you know, I'm always like, I get what you're trying to say, but that actually focuses more on my body, or you're focusing on my body, and I don't appreciate that, or I don't want you to make comments on my body, and then keep it pushing. Also, if you want to, this is actually my favorite, and I do only use it with family and friends, because I kind of know them on a different vibe. But if someone makes a compliment like, oh, you look great for your size, or something like that, I would just say, sounds like the fat phobia in you is talking. Sounds like the internalized fat phobia in you is talking. And that goes straight for the freaking jugular. Like, straight away they're like, because you've just called them out. You're like, yo, that's fat phobia. That's internalized fat phobia. You've called them straight out. And then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Or, oh my God. Usually they'll sit there and think. Actually, every time I've said that, they've all sat there and thought, and either laughed or been like, damn, like, you're actually right. Like, yeah. That is the fat phobia in me talking. So yeah, there's things like when I go for walks sometimes, or if I go to the gym, people are like, I'm so proud of you for going to the gym and being active. It's like, yo, like, just because I'm in a bigger body doesn't mean that I don't take care of my health or I don't also go to the gym. So compliments like that, or backhanded compliments like that, insinuate that people in bigger bodies don't go to the gym. They don't take care of their bodies. They don't value their health. They don't go for walks. They don't move their bodies every day. So it's stuff like that as well. And one thing one of my friends actually said to me, she's like, you know what she does is she thinks to herself, like, would I say that to somebody in a smaller body? If someone in a smaller body went to the gym, or they went for a walk, or they went for a run, would you be like, I'm so proud of you for going to the gym and going for a run and walking? And if you do, like, cool, that's good. But a lot of the times you wouldn't say that to somebody in a smaller body, right? So, yeah, I think I loved that this question came through, because, yeah, there is a lot of backhanded compliments, and I think a lot of the times people don't know what they're actually saying. They don't know it's fucking underlined in, like, internalized fat phobia and fat phobia and things like that. Not to say that it's okay what they're doing, but, you know, they don't realize. So I'm always like, yo, I know you mean well, but X, Y, and Z, but that's not okay. But don't comment on my body. Don't comment on my weight. That is not okay. Like, please don't do that. So, yeah, I love it. Thank you for being here. Oh, sis, hello. Love this corridor, sis. Felt this with certain comments I'd get when I was pregnant. Exactly. Your belly is getting so big. Just because I'm pregnant, you can't say that. Absolutely. Actually, that's such a good point. Like, just stop commenting on people's bodies anyway, especially, and when it comes to pregnancy as well. Like, yeah, I think it's just, don't stop commenting on these things and the backhanded compliments and things like that, but really have a think, watch what you say, right? You know, think before you speak. Thank you for sharing that, sis. But thank you so much for being here. If you do have any other questions you want me to answer, I am live every Fridays at 3 p.m. Nisha, thank you for being here. Cully, thank you for being here. You're the best. Thank you for the love. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, ka kite, koe kia. Have an amazing day.